Hi everyone, today I have a couple of unboxings here, one from Cartier and some goodies from Hermes. I picked these up while I was traveling on a girls trip in Las Vegas, and this right here is something that I've been eyeing for quite some time, and there have been at least 2 or 3 price increases while I was mulling this over, but I finally decided to splurge and get this. Now if you want to pause and guess what this might be down in the comments, feel free to do that. I had some guesses on my Instagram post because I put a teaser on there, and it was interesting what you guys guessed. So some of you guessed a watch, but I have my Cartier watch from about 20 years ago. This was a gift from my parents when I was getting married, and I've always said that I would never buy another watch, let alone another Cartier watch, because I love this so much. So let's open this beautiful package here. Clearly it's not a watch, and I've got one shot to do this correctly because it's a true unboxing. I feel bad opening this, but it must be done. Okay. Voila. Classic red box, of course. And I tried this on several times and finally got it. This is the Justin Clue bracelet, and it is the small size in yellow gold with diamonds on the head. So let's see. So let's pop this out. Okay, so here it is. Very simple, very delicate, but of course I wanted the extra bling with the diamonds at the head here. And the small size just opens like so. So this is what it looks like with the rest of my bracelets. I probably won't wear them all like this. This is my diamond tennis bracelet. This is my everyday gold bangle with pave diamonds on each side. This was a custom piece, and then I'll put these down. And then this is the Justin Clue, again, small size. So I did try the medium size, and that has a different opening and closing mechanism, but it was a little chunky, a little too thick, and also quite heavy for my wrist. So that one is more solid, and so that's going to be, I think, at least 3 times heavier than this one, and that could be a pro or a con if you guys like really solid, chunky pieces. The larger size might be better for you. I generally go for lighter and daintier, and this way I can stack. So there we have it. Give you a close-up. I also tried the rose gold, but I just liked the pop of the yellow gold. I am a fan of rose gold. You can see here, this is my Hermes ring. It is rose gold, and then this is my Cartier Trinity band on the bottom that has rose gold as well as white gold and yellow gold stacked. But depending on how much copper is put into the piece, it can look a little bit more pink or it can look a little less pink. And for this particular style, I just really loved the yellow. And also, since this is 18K yellow gold as well, if I stack it, which I plan to do, these two, then I think it just goes really nicely. They pair really well. Sizing wise, I did size up one. I chose the size 16, and let me just take all of these off so you can see how far down the 16 goes on my wrist. The reason why I chose the 16 and not the 15 is because the 15, which was initially recommended to me the first time I tried this on, it kind of bumped up against my bone, my wrist bone. So right here, this wrist bone, if you have a protruding bone like I do, I just didn't like that feeling of it hitting my bone, whereas this goes nicely above my bone, but it goes all the way down to here. And I think both of these bracelets down here also go down, so it leaves plenty of space to stack actually. I've seen some people get these bracelets that sit right here very snugly, and it's a matter of preference, but I don't really like my jewelry to be tight on me, so it moves around. Even my watch moves around quite a bit, and I like that. It's just more comfortable for me. I do take all of my jewelry off at night, every single piece, so this is also just easier to get on and off. Just go like this, versus the larger size that has a little bit of a different mechanism, as I mentioned. Actually, out of all of the Cartier jewelry pieces, the Justin Clue collection is the only one that really jumped out at me years ago, and I've always had it in the back of my mind, but I never knew if it was worth it to make the splurge because you're paying quite a premium for the brand name, obviously. I think we all know that. But I really do love this design. I feel like it's very interesting and edgy and cool, but also classic. And this size, again, is so dainty and feminine. So let me put it back on. I am trying to get used to the on and off. And you guys already know I have the Justin Clue mini small hoop earrings. And I wear these almost every single day. I love them so much. And when I purchased these, I did try this one on again for like the second or third time. And like I said, I've always had this bracelet in the back of my mind. And I had a recent milestone that I celebrated. So, first, personally, my husband and I have been married for 20 years. We recently celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary. And at first, I was thinking about asking him to get me this one for my wedding gift. But after I told him about this, I don't know, after a few weeks, I was like, you know what? Never mind. I don't want it. I already have so much jewelry. I don't need any more. And let's just not do gifts, even though it's a milestone anniversary. Let's just go out and celebrate and make memories. So we went out to this amazing caviar place and we just ate so much caviar to our heart's content. I've never eaten that much caviar in one sitting. And so we didn't do gifts, and it was really nice. But the bracelet remained in the back of my mind. So there was that. And then on a professional level, just a couple months ago, I got my first corporate client. If you guys don't know, I do coaching. I do leadership coaching, career coaching, and I also do life coaching for private clients. So I usually do private clients one-on-one, but I got my first corporate client, meaning that a pretty big company, reached out to me to coach their entire leadership team. So I completed that work and I sent the invoice, and knowing that payment was due to me, I was like, oh, maybe I will splurge. So both personally and professionally, I kind of just felt like, let's do something fun. And it was just the right moment. Now, if I hadn't waited so long, I would have saved several $100s because the price has gone up. This is now $5,300 plus sales tax. When I was looking at it just in April, it was $5,050, I believe. And then the first time I looked at it, which was like 2 years ago, I think it was like $4,700 or something like that. So yeah, the price definitely has climbed and will continue to climb. But the timing has to be right. We don't want to rush these things, right? So let me move on to the goodies that I got from Hermes. And if you don't know already, I am a huge fan of Hermes Beauty. And I love their packaging, but I also love their formulas. So I got a bunch of stuff. Okay, without much fanfare, let's just jump right into it. These right here, I tried out for the first time a few years ago when my friend gifted this to me. And then I ran out and I needed to replenish because, as funny as it might sound, these are the best. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You might chuckle. These are actually nail files. Yeah, it's a set of nail files. These are the best nail files that I've ever tried. And you guys know I do my nails at home all the time. And so when I ran out, and they lasted quite a while actually, a couple of years, I decided time to replenish. So these are the nail files. And let's see here. This is brush. I love how they all come with their little dust bags. So I have been using an ancient brush to apply my makeup, and I don't really wear that much makeup, so I don't really buy a lot of brushes. But the brush that I have is so old that it's embarrassing to even say because I don't use it very often. And when I saw this as I was testing out some samples, it was so soft and just so pretty, and it applied really nicely. So I thought, okay, time to upgrade to a proper new brush. So I just got that. By the way, these little boxes are great to organize your desk drawers, like with paper clips and different little knickknacks. I sometimes use them in my drawer or my kids' drawers. Okay, this one here is a lip balm, and I have 2 other lip balms that I've been using for a long time. But I'm running low, so I thought I would try this one, and it just looks so glossy and hydrating and soft, but it's like a really pretty light pink color. So this is Rose Confetti. It's probably a very popular color, and I just didn't know. Let's see if it can show up here. It doesn't really show up here. But on the lips, it just brings a little bit of your color out, and there's a bit of shine, and it felt really moisturizing. So there's that. By the way, all of these are refillable. So if you ever buy a lip balm from Hermes and you run out, just get the refillables online. They have all the refillables available on their website. And this is magnetic, so cool. This one here, I have been wearing a Chanel blush for, again, so long, ancient, like I don't know how many years. Probably that blush is older than my kids. So I finally got a new blush. This is so pretty. The case again, love the packaging. Here it is. Voila. I thought it was a really pretty soft pink color that goes with my skin tone. It is Rose Plume. And they have a lot of different options. So, and then this one is so pretty, you guys. My friend picked this one up too. We both bought it. So this is, it's basically like a highlighter and it's just gorgeous. The colors are so pretty. If you have fair skin, just adds a little bit of shimmer, like at the cheekbones, the tip of your nose. So I picked that up. Here we go. The color is Rose Atacama. I can't pronounce it. And then they gave me a bunch of samples. If you enjoyed this video and some eye candy, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you are new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. We talk all things luxury and fashion, but also mindfulness and just life. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.